Today I'm going to show you how to lose cortisol belly fat. Now you may wonder, is there such a thing as cortisol belly fat? Well, it turns out there is. Research shows that when your cortisol levels are elevated over a long period of time, it can increase the accumulation of visceral belly fat. This is a type of fat that you'll find around your organs, and it's very deadly. Research has linked it to an increased risk of heart disease, diabetes, cancer, and stroke. So it's very important for us to lose visceral belly fat. And you can do that by regulating your cortisol levels. So first we're going to look into signs of high cortisol levels, then see how you can lose cortisol belly fat. Let's dive right in. And the first sign to look out for is consistent insomnia. If you're struggling to sleep every night, chances are you have high cortisol levels. Another thing is unexplained belly fat. So let's say you just gained belly fat out of nowhere. You didn't change your diet or you didn't become inactive. The other sign could be tiredness. If you're feeling tired all the time, headaches. These are some of the signs of high cortisol levels. Now keep in mind that these are also signs of other conditions. So if you have these signs and they are really challenging you, it's good to see a doctor instead of just assuming that you have high cortisol levels. Now we are going to look into how you can lose cortisol belly fat. And there are a few things that you can do. The first thing is practice deep breathing. Now, one of the things that I didn't mention at the beginning of the video is that high cortisol levels are a result of high stress levels. When you're stressed, your cortisol levels increase. And one of the ways of beating stress is through deep breathing. Nowadays, there are lots of apps for deep breathing, and I usually use them. You can use them as well. Just go to the Play Store and download them. And I just practice every morning. And you'll find that it will help you get rid of stress and also help you get rid of anxiety. Then the second method, or the second thing that you need to do is add adaptogen herbs to your diet. These herbs will be very helpful because they'll help you fight inflammation and they'll also help balance your hormones. So some of the herbs that you can add to your diet include ginseng, holy basil, medicinal mushrooms. What else? Ashwagandha. So these are some of the adaptogen herbs that you can add to your diet to balance your cortisol levels. Then the third thing that you need to do is avoid. Now, the funny thing is that when many of us are stressed, we reach for a drink. We drink alcohol. The problem is, research shows that when you drink alcohol, your cortisol levels increase, and this only makes your stress worse. Yes, alcohol may make you feel better, let's say for an hour or for a day, but in the end, it's not a solution. So the best thing that you can do is avoid alcohol. And also keep in mind that alcohol has empty calories and it interferes with fat oxidation. So just avoid alcohol completely if you can. Then the fourth thing that you can do is add fiber to your diet. Now, here's the thing. If you're struggling with cortisol belly fat, chances are it's not the only thing that's causing the excess belly fat. Chances are your diet is also not on point and maybe you're not as active as you should be. So by adding fiber to your diet, you'll be improving your diet, you'll be reducing the chances of overeating, and you'll be able to lose the excess belly fat. And once you lose the belly fat, I think the stress will also reduce. Then the fifth thing you want to do here is avoid toxic relationships. See, when you're stressed and you have toxic relationships, it's only going to get worse. And here's the thing, when your cortisol levels increase, you become more stressed. And when you become more stressed, your cortisol levels keep rising. So it's a vicious cycle. And the only way to avoid this vicious cycle is to avoid being stressed more than you are right now. And you can do that by avoiding toxic relationships. There are many other things that you can do. You can exercise consistently because exercise has been shown to help reduce stress. You can also drink plenty of water just to avoid overeating and just to be able to improve your overall health. Then the sixth thing that is very important for me to mention is avoid stress eating. So if you normally eat when you're stressed, the best thing that you can do is find a new way of dealing with this problem. Because if you keep doing this, chances are you'll struggle very much to attain your goal. And in some cases, you may never attain your goal if you never learn how to deal with the stress other than just eating food. So work on it. Find different ways. And some of the things that you can do is going for walks. When you're stressed, just go for a long walk instead of eating, or distract yourself. There are many things that you can do to be able to deal with stress other than just food. And I believe this is one of the most important things that you can ever do for yourself. Because when I talk to clients, most people tell me that their biggest challenge is that, not even their biggest challenge, their journey goes like this. They start off very well, they lose weight, maybe someone might lose up to 20 kilos. Then something happens either at work or at home, they become stressed and then they just start eating to deal with the problem. It's not the best way to go about it. If you're going to deal with a problem, deal with it in a healthy way, and that's through exercise. It could be walking, running, cycling, swimming, whichever you choose. The best way of dealing with stress should be exercise, not eating. So these are some of the things that are very important. Another thing that I'd also like to mention is the quality of sleep that you get. When you don't get quality sleep, it increases your cortisol levels. So make sure that you sleep for at least 7 to 8 hours every single night. And when you do that and you stick to these tips, you'll find that you'll be able to regulate your cortisol levels, which will in turn help you lose the excess belly fat. So I hope this video was helpful to you. Remember to check out the 6 weeks weight loss challenge. The challenge has most of the things that I've shared here, except these two. Except the first two. So make sure that you apply these two even if you join the challenge, because in the challenge you'll be able to learn exactly what to eat and the type of exercises that you need to do every single day in order to lose weight. So check it out right now in the link in the description below. Like the video, share it with your friends, and if you haven't subscribed, please do so right now. I'll see you in the next video.